You know what's interesting? The happiest people I meet are not always the youngest. They are not always the richest. And they are definitely not the people who have a perfect life. Sometimes they are the people who have lived through the most storms, but somehow still wake up smiling. You know that person. The one who is 70 years old, but has the energy of someone who just discovered life. They go for walks, they laugh easily, they enjoy simple things, and somehow they make everyone around them feel better. Meanwhile, someone else can have everything. A nice house, a good bank account, a comfortable life, and still wake up every morning thinking, is this all there is? It's a strange thing about life. When we're young, we spend so much time chasing things. More money, more attention, more approval. We want everyone to know we are successful, but then something happens as we get older. We start asking a different question. Not, how can I impress people? But, how can I enjoy my life? And that's where wisdom begins. Carl Jung once talked about how the second half of life is not about collecting more things. It's about discovering what truly matters. And today, we're going to talk about 8 things happy retirees never waste their precious time on, because the truth is, time becomes the most valuable thing we own. You can lose money and make it again. You can replace a car. You can buy new things, but you can't get yesterday back. And the happiest retirees understand something powerful. Life becomes more beautiful when you stop spending your energy on things that don't deserve it. So in this video, we're going to look at the little things they quietly leave behind, the habits they stop doing, the worries they finally release, and the choices that help them enjoy this amazing chapter of life. And I want to hear from you too. What is one thing you stopped caring about as you got older? Maybe it was people's opinions. Maybe it was trying to please everyone. Maybe it was chasing things you thought would make you happy. Share it in the comments, because honestly, the comments section of these videos is like a little gathering of wise friends from around the world. And some of the best life lessons don't come from books. They come from people who have lived. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk about the 8 things happy retirees never waste time on. Because you might discover the happiest years of your life could still be ahead of you. Now let's get into the first thing. And this one is interesting because many people don't even realize they're doing it. Number 8. Happy retirees don't waste time. Trying to impress everyone. Let's be honest. For a big part of our lives, many of us are secretly performing. We wake up, we get dressed, we go to work, we buy certain things, we say certain things. Sometimes not because we truly want them, but because we want people to look at us and say, wow, they are doing well. And there's nothing wrong with wanting success. There's nothing wrong with wanting nice things. But there comes a moment when you realize something. You can spend your whole life decorating the outside, while forgetting to take care of the inside. And that's where many happy retirees become different. They stop asking, what will people think? And they start asking, does this make me happy? That is a huge change, because when you are younger, you might buy a beautiful car because you want people to notice. But when you're older, you might buy a comfortable chair because you want to sit in it for 2 hours with a cup of tea and enjoy the sunset. And honestly, that chair might bring you more happiness than the car ever did, because now you understand something. Comfort beats attention, peace beats approval, and being yourself beats pretending. Carl Jung talked a lot about the persona, the mask we wear when we are trying to fit into the world. And the interesting thing about retirement is that many people finally take that mask off. They say, enough. I spent 40 years trying to be what everyone expected me to be. Now I want to enjoy being me. And I love that. Because there is something beautiful about someone who is comfortable in their own skin. You can feel it. You meet them and think, This person doesn't need to prove anything. They are relaxed. They are present. They enjoy simple moments. They don't need a crowd cheering for them. They don't need everyone to agree with them. They don't need to announce every little thing they do. They just live. And let's have a little fun here. Have you noticed how grandparents can be the funniest people? A grandfather will wear the same old jacket for 20 years. Someone says, "Don't you want a new one?" And he says, "Why? This one still knows my body." And honestly, he has a point. That jacket has survived more winters than some relationships. But that's the beauty. At some point you realize, I don't need new things to feel new. Sometimes happiness comes from appreciating what you already have. Think about it. How many hours have people spent trying to impress people who weren't even paying attention? We worry about our clothes, our house, our success, our image. But the funny thing is, most people are too busy worrying about themselves. Everyone is the main character in their own movie. Nobody is sitting at home thinking, "Let me analyze what my neighbor bought this month." They are probably thinking, "Why did I walk into this room again?" We all do that. You walk into the kitchen, stand there, and suddenly forget why you came. Then you walk back to the living room, and remember, the brain is funny, but that's life. We are all just trying our best. Happy retirees understand this. They stop wasting energy on things that don't add real value. They spend more time laughing, more time with people they love, more time doing things that make their heart feel alive. And that brings us to number 7. Number 7. Happy retirees don't waste time holding on to old anger. Now this one is powerful, because many people carry things for years. Someone hurt them in the past. Someone disappointed them. Someone said something that stayed in their mind. And sometimes they carry that pain for 10, 20, even 40 years. And here's the strange part. The person who hurt them might not even remember it. They went on with their life. They ate dinner. They watched television. They slept peacefully. Meanwhile, someone else is still carrying that moment every single day. It's like drinking poison and hoping the other person gets sick. It doesn't work, and happy retirees eventually discover something. Peace is more valuable than being right. Now, I'm not saying you should allow people to walk all over you. No, boundaries matter. Respect matters. But carrying anger forever? That only steals your own happiness. Carl Jung believed that part of becoming whole is facing the hidden parts of ourselves. And sometimes the hidden part is this: I am tired of being angry. I am tired of replaying old stories. I am tired of letting yesterday control today. That realization can be freeing. I remember hearing a story about an older man who had a disagreement with his brother many years ago. They stopped speaking. Years passed. Birthdays came and went. Holidays came and went. Then, one day, the man said, "I'm too old to spend my remaining years protecting my anger." That sentence is powerful. I'm too old to protect my anger. Think about that. Sometimes we protect our anger like it's something valuable. But anger is heavy, and life is already carrying enough. You don't need to add extra weight. And here's a little question for you. Have you noticed that as you get older, you care less about small things? When you were younger, maybe someone cancelling plans ruined your whole day. Now, you just say, "All right, more time for my coffee." That's wisdom. A younger version of you might say, "How dare they?" An older version says, "Good, I can watch my favorite show now." Life changes, and that's beautiful. Because maturity is not just knowing more. Sometimes it's caring less about the things that don't matter. So far we've talked about 2 things happy retirees leave behind. They stop trying to impress everyone, and they stop carrying old anger everywhere they go. But the next one is something many people struggle with, even after retirement, because it secretly steals years of happiness, and many people don't notice it happening. If you're still watching, I want to say something. You are probably someone who believes life can still get better at any age. And I love that, because one of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that happiness has an expiration date, like milk. Oh no, I'm 65. My happiness has expired. No, that's not how life works. Some people become happier at 70 than they ever were at 30. Why? Because they finally stop spending their energy on things that don't matter. And that's what we're talking about today. So let's continue. Number 6. Happy retirees don't waste time worrying about things they cannot control. Now, this one is a big one, because if there was an Olympic sport called worrying, many people would win gold medals. Some people wake up and before their feet even touch the floor, the brain has already started running. What if something goes wrong? What if people don't like me? What if tomorrow is difficult? What if my neighbor's dog barks again? And sometimes we spend so much time worrying about tomorrow that we forget to enjoy today. Here's the funny thing about worry. Worry feels like you're doing something. Your brain says, "Look at me, I'm working hard." But sometimes you're just sitting in a chair creating 500 imaginary problems. It's like paying rent for a house you don't even live in. Happy retirees learn something important. Not everything deserves their energy. They ask themselves, can I change this? If yes, they take action. If no, they let it go. And that is a powerful way to live. Carl Jung believed that becoming aware of ourselves gives us freedom, because when we become aware, we stop being controlled by every thought that enters our mind. A thought is just a thought. It doesn't always mean it's true. Imagine you receive a message from someone. You read it. They didn't use an emoji. Suddenly your brain says, "They are angry with me. They don't like me anymore. They must be upset." Meanwhile, the person is probably just eating a sandwich and forgot the emoji. The human brain is amazing, but sometimes it creates stories that Hollywood would reject. Happy retirees learn not to believe every story their mind tells them. They enjoy the moment. They appreciate the little things: a morning walk, a good conversation, a cup of coffee, the sound of birds. The little moments become the big moments. Number 5. Happy retirees don't waste time comparing their life to others. This one is everywhere, especially today. You open your phone, and suddenly someone is showing you their perfect vacation, their perfect house, their perfect family, their perfect dinner, and you look at your own life and think, maybe I'm behind. But here's something nobody tells you. A lot of people are comparing their real life to someone else's highlight reel, and that's a battle you cannot win, because you are comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's best 5 seconds. Happy retirees understand this. They stop running someone else's race. They stop saying, "Why don't I have what they have?" And they start saying, "Look at everything I already have." That's a huge shift, because gratitude changes the way you see life. I remember a story about an older woman who lived in a small house. Someone asked her, "Don't you wish you had a bigger home?" She smiled and said, "My house is small, but my life is big." I love that. My house is small, but my life is big. That is wisdom, because happiness doesn't always come from adding more. Sometimes it comes from appreciating more. And let's be honest, there will always be someone younger, someone richer, someone more successful, someone with a nicer car, someone with more followers. But nobody can be you. Nobody has your memories. Nobody has your experiences. Nobody has walked your exact road. That's your advantage. Number 4. Happy retirees don't waste time. Staying stuck in the past now, I know many people love remembering the past, and that's beautiful. Old photos, old songs, old memories. Those things are treasures. But there is a difference between remembering the past and living in the past. Some people spend so much time saying, "Those were the good old days." And yes, some days were wonderful, but my friend, today can also become a good old day. Think about that. The moment you are living right now, one day you will remember it. Today's ordinary morning could become tomorrow's precious memory. Happy retirees don't say, "My best days are behind me." They say, "I wonder what beautiful moments are still waiting for me." That mindset keeps people young, not their age, their curiosity. Carl Jung believed the journey of life continues until the very end. There is always something to discover. A new hobby, a new friendship, a new idea, a new adventure. You don't stop growing because you get older. You get older because you stop growing. Now let's get into the final three. These are the ones that truly separate people who simply retire from people who truly enjoy retirement. Number 3. Happy retirees. Don't waste time neglecting themselves. For years, many people spend their lives taking care of everyone else, their children, their jobs, their responsibilities. And then retirement comes, and they forget something important. They matter too. Happy retirees understand that taking care of themselves is not selfish. It's necessary. They move their body. They feed their mind. They make time for things they enjoy. They laugh. They learn. They stay curious. Because the body may age, but the spirit doesn't have to. You don't need to become a fitness model at 75. Nobody is asking you to suddenly become a superhero. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. and run a marathon. Some people wake up at 5 a.m. to exercise. Good for them. I personally think my pillow and I have a very strong relationship, but small things matter. A walk, stretching, gardening, dancing in the kitchen when nobody is watching, especially when nobody is watching. That's when the best dancing happens. Number 2, happy retirees don't waste time. Avoiding new experiences. One of the fastest ways to feel old is to stop being curious. The moment you say, "I don't want to try anything new," life becomes smaller. Happy retirees stay open. They learn. They explore. They ask questions. They stay interested. Maybe they learn a new language. Maybe they travel somewhere new. Maybe they try a hobby they always wanted to try. Age is not what makes people old. A closed mind does. Number 1. Happy retirees don't waste time. Forgetting to enjoy life. This is the biggest one. Because at the end of the day, life is not just about achieving. It's about experiencing. Many people spend decades waiting. When I retire, I'll relax. When I have more money, I'll enjoy life. When things calm down, I'll be happy. But sometimes we keep moving the finish line. Happy retirees understand the moment is the gift, not tomorrow, not next year, today. They call an old friend. They watch the sunset. They laugh at silly jokes. They enjoy a meal. They appreciate being alive. Because eventually, we all learn the same lesson. The little things were never little. They were the whole thing. If you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. A happy life is not created by having everything. It's created by knowing what deserves your energy. Happy retirees don't have perfect lives. They have peaceful minds. They don't avoid every problem. They simply stop giving every problem permission to steal their happiness. And maybe that's the real wisdom Carl Jung was pointing toward. The greatest journey is not becoming someone else. It's finally becoming yourself. So let me ask you, what is one thing you stopped wasting your time on as you got older? Was it worrying? Trying to impress people? Holding grudges? Comparing yourself? Share your answer in the comments. I truly love reading your stories because every person watching this has a lesson that someone else might need to hear. If this video gave you a little peace, a little inspiration, or even made you smile, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe for more deep psychology, life wisdom, and conversations about becoming happier and stronger at every age. And remember, your best days are not always behind you. Sometimes they are waiting for you. See you in the next video.